On today's episode, we are going to take a look at Skillz. This stock has dropped over 40% from its all-time highs right now. And just today, because of some recent news, the stock has dropped almost 10%. So on today's episode, we are going to see why the recent sell-off happened. And we're also going to see, is this sell-off giving us some form of buying opportunity? If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and follow me on Twitch where I live stream, taking a look at stocks you want me to look at. So let's get started. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services The Fool offers. Through the Motley Fool Stock Advisor service, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done some crazy returns. If growing your money is something you'd like to do more of this year, you can visit thefool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the Stock Advisor is right for you. Thanks again to the Motley Fool, and now back to today's episode. All right, so like I mentioned, today we are going to take a look at Skillz. This is traded on the New York Stock Exchange as ticker SKLZ. Right now, if we take a look at 6 months, the stock is down about 43.8% from its all-time highs. That's insane pullback. I mean, I'm obviously enjoying the pullbacks. It's giving us some great valuations, or it's kind of retracting these crazy valuations that some of these stocks have. Right now, the market cap is sitting at about $9 billion. And just today, the stock is down about 8% because of a recent proposal the company just came out with. So Skillz earlier this week has announced that they were going to do some form of common share offering. I don't think they had announced the price until today. So right now they're going to do a public offering of about 32 million shares at $24. So that's the main reason the stock price has pulled down. We can see from it at almost the all-time low, it was closer to that $24. Investors are saying, why is the company selling these shares at $24 when it was at like $27? It means that the company right now is probably valued closer to $24. So that's what the sell-off happens, right? If someone else is paying $24 for it, why do I own a stock that's $27 or $28? And usually that causes a form of a pullback. But now let's take a look at what this offering does. So first, they're doing about 32 million shares. Out of this 32 million shares, 17 million is actually being sold by the company. And that's good. When the company sells shares, they're most likely going to use that cash for other things. Over here, they say that Skillz may use the proceeds for working capital and general corporate purposes according to the statement. And we're going to see, I find this a bit weird that the company is doing this. I think they just want to build overall cash right now while things are still cheap, because this company has a very, very strong balance sheet. They have no debt to their name whatsoever. So unless they're thinking about doing maybe a small acquisition, even though they don't announce it, they might be thinking of doing a small acquisition on something, or again, just trying to build up the cash. The other 15 million shares are actually being sold by stockholders. And these are usually the insiders right now. These stockholders, when they're selling 15 million shares, when they sell their shares, the company doesn't get any form of money from that. That's pretty much just like if you and I sold our shares, we're not giving the money to the company. That's what's happening here. So out of these 32 million, only 17 million shares are actually going to build some form of cash for the company. The other 15 are not. That's another reason the stock price is down, right? Why are insiders or stockholders right now selling such a big position? It kind of gives like this negative taste, or just a sour taste on current investors. So now let's take a look at what analysts say. Right now, the analysts give it a moderate buy. There's about 6 analysts looking at this company. 4 of them are giving it a buy. 2 of them are giving it a hold. Right now, moderate buy and giving it an average price of 31. So right now it's sitting at closer to like $25. So that's what, a little bit over 20% gain still for the next 12 months. That's actually very, very bullish. If we take a look at the 6 companies or the 6 analysts right now, they're giving a target price of 30, 28, 34, 33, 34, and the lowest right now is 27. And right now, 27 is still higher than where the stock is at right now. So analysts are still very, very bullish on the company. And let's take a closer look at the company. Maybe there might be some of you guys that don't know what Skillz does. So Skillz creates a platform. They create a platform for game developers. This platform allows these game developers to create form of tournaments. They've done the whole system. If let's say you have a game and you want to create tournaments in that game, if you want to deal with matchmaking, player rating, if you want to make sure no one's cheating, if you want to make sure it's a monetary tournament and no one's putting fake money in there, their platform allows you to do this. And why is this great? Platform like this, or having that competitive advantage in the game, allows the game to have more engagement from the users, right? If you're playing a game and you're training for this game, trying to win prizes, obviously you're going to play the game over and over again and increasing that engagement, that time played inside that game. So game developers obviously enjoy it. In their most recent earnings, which was about a week ago, their fourth quarter revenue was up 95%. That is insane. Full year revenue was up 92%, and they gave a guidance for 2021, and that guidance gives it a revenue growth of closer to 60%. So this is a high growth company. The company, this is the first time they are public, but this is the 20th consecutive quarter of revenue growth. So unfortunately, they are not profitable at the moment, but when a company is not profitable, I tend to be very, very strict on their balance sheet. And as of December, the company had about $263 million in cash and no debt whatsoever. Now with this $17 million times 24, they're building up about $400 million in cash. Obviously, not all of it is going to go in the cash balance sheet, but this is going to be a company that has over $500 million in cash ready to use. So it definitely has a very, very strong balance sheet right now. In their most recent quarter, one thing we did see was the amount of growth paying monthly active users has been growing a lot. One reason the stock has been decreasing a bit is because there's been a kind of stalemate on their monthly active users. These are the ones not paying. But me as an investor, I think I'm more interested in seeing this paying monthly active user continue to grow. Another thing is Skillz, one thing is they're still very early. The games they are working with right now are what I would say pretty soft, or are ones that don't have, in my opinion, right? I'm a former gamer. Games I don't really play. But what I do see for Skillz is the future. Imagine when they start working with a first-person shooter game, when they start working with some crazy game developer companies. Just recently, they did sign a deal with NFL for a multi-year gaming agreement. I do believe this is going to be a great thing for the company. And they also they signed the deal with Play Mechanics Partners. These are the creators of Shooter Big Buck Hunter. This is a big traditional hunter arcade game that most people used to play back in the day. They have a mobile game, and they're going to be developing with the Skillz platform to have tournament and mobile competitions. So we can see there is future growth for this company ahead. So now my thoughts. Yes, it does suck that the public offering happened. But at the end of the day, they are going to be building up some cash. It sucks that some insiders are definitely selling some shares at this point. I wish they weren't, especially since the company has just recently been public. Why are they letting go out right now? Maybe they just need to build some cash at the moment. So there's multiple reasons for insiders to sell. I know a lot of people look at it at a bearish reason. I try to keep my eyes open there. So it does suck. The company does seem to have a good potential ahead of itself. It's making great deals, and there's still so many good partnerships that it can come up with. The company is seeing strong revenue growth for next year, and I wonder if it's kind of counting for really big deals that it might get this year. So if they get new deals, that type of revenue growth can be even stronger than the 60% they are guidance. They have a strong balance sheet as well. And again, the mobile gaming industry right now is one of the main gaming industries that is booming at crazy growth levels. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let me know, are you buying or selling Skillz?